All right, welcome back to Bag Society. I'm your co-host Jay with my other co-host,
Uh,
and of course the other one,
C Money.
C Money, baby.
Here I am. Here I am, baby.
Yeah. Okay. So last week we left off. S wanted to build a drop shipping site. Just kidding. It's a Shopify app. He wants to sell something. S, what do you want to sell, buddy?
Here's the thing, right? So everything nowadays, you have to sell to make money.
It's true. You do. It's wild. It's wild.
That's the only how you can really make money is sell people something. So I've been going down this rabbit hole of marketing, digital marketing, advertisements.
That's good. That's good.
You know how to sell. Yeah, I mean,
Trying to get that bag. I get it.
yeah, but it's like at the moment it's kind of overwhelming because there's a lot of terminology I don't fully comprehend.
Have you landed on what you want to sell?
Yeah.
Like any idea? Broad category.
There's two ways.
Nothing.
No, hold on. No, there's two there's two ways of doing it, right? There's high ticket items, right? And then there's low ticket items, right?
Do you have an idea for either of them?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I definitely got a couple of them, things that I like, right? But here's the thing too, it's sometimes it's not remember when Chris is like, "Oh, when you're buying a house, it's not like where you would live at, it's where other people would want to live at."
Yeah, so when I'm selling, you want to sell what the consumer wants, not necessarily what you want.
Correct. Yeah. So I mean, I have a couple of ideas.
I learned that from Joe Dirt.
Yeah, I guess. So I have a couple of ideas low budget ones and a high ticket items. But I mean, they say you obviously make the most money off the high ticket items.
Yeah,
right?
but you also sell them the least. So volume, the movement of volume per unit can vary between high ticket and low ticket. It depends on your price range and how popular it is. And you can have a high ticket item and this if you sell one, you kind of made it. But if you sell low ticket items, if you can move them faster and it can come out to the same, if you get what I mean.
What price range are we talking about here for these high ticket items?
They say 3,000 to 5,000.
3,000 to 5,000?
Yeah.
And you have an idea of something you want to sell.
Yeah.
Have you been able to find somebody who could wholesale it to you?
No, I have not. I haven't gone that deep yet.
What's your idea for a high ticket item?
A portable sauna.
Portable sauna. I've seen those before.
Portable sauna. Sauna. So it's infrared, obviously.
Yeah.
Is it the ones you zip up over you and you're just the head sticking out?
No, it's the wooden ones. But here's the thing too. It's
that's not portable.
No, they sell the portable wooden ones on Amazon.
Portable wooden sauna.
So you can pick it up and take it anywhere you want.
Yeah, they send it to you. You build it.
That's not the same as portable.
Oh, but okay, not a sauna that you bring to your house.
Okay.
the same thing, dude.
So we're looking for the other P word, so personal sauna. Which, that's cool if you can build a sauna in your house safely, obviously.
Right. I mean, there's multiple things, right? So but then I was learning the difference between drop shipping and Amazon affiliate program.
Yeah, I saw you posted that link for the Lego affiliate program. I know a couple people who do that.
Yeah, I mean, if you're building Legos already, you might as well try and get paid for building the Legos, right? You build the Legos, and you know what I mean?
Yeah, I totally get it. That was my first YouTube channel.
But they say that is very, very competitive.
Oh yeah,
right.
Oh yeah,
so because everybody's doing it now, and everybody is doing drop shipping as well, and it's saturated the market. So everybody is selling low ticket items. That's why they suggest doing higher ticket items. But I wanted to run across you guys first, because you guys are the brains of the operation. Or at least smarter than me in this stuff.
I mean,
I'm not very smart.
The affiliate programs work if you have an established channel.
Yeah,
that's the thing. That's the other thing is like any of the affiliated markets, you need to have a following. And that's pretty much with everything that you sell nowadays. I mean, well, with everything that you sell.
Yeah, it's having a clientele base.
Yeah.
But you also need to build that clientele base. Everyone starts at zero.
Yeah.
It's your angle to actually build that base so you can eventually hawk them something.
Basically, what I'm trying to get at is to get rich, you have to have a following.
Mm.
That's basically what it is.
I think you just need to offer something of value.
Right. Offer something of value. What is valuable nowadays?
Values in the eye of the beholder, bro. Yeah, content, keeping people's attention.
It's very valuable.
But I mean, like, is it a niche? Like, do we go into like a niche market? Like,
well, I would say start out with a niche market and then expand from there. I mean, everyone starts a little niche. Like Amazon started off as like, just book selling.
Book, yeah.
Which is crazy.
Yeah, it is crazy. It was Amazon.
When you really think about, like what Amazon has become, crazy. Nobody associates it with books.
I know. I mean, like how many, like I want to see the percentage of like their sales that are actually in books. It's like,
but that
minuscule.
But that was another thing too. Is like they say like you could do an Audible thing, affiliated Audible with the books, because it's not a well-known market, but everybody,
Dude, I use Audible all the time.
That's what I'm saying. I do too. I love it. I love Audible, but it's not like popular. People don't really affiliate with Audible as much as like other affiliate programs.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Audible's owned by Amazon too.
It is.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. For some reason, they want you to have a separate app, which I don't like. Personally.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of nice. I mean, it's kind of nice to have it all separate though. That way, I'm not like digging through my Amazon app trying to like, how the hell do I get to my audiobook?
I get it though. Like, I mean, they got the Amazon app, and then underneath that they got the Audible, and then next to Audible they also have the Kindle app. So
yeah, I don't understand that. Yeah, the Kindle and the Audible should be
the same.
New app.
Audible, Kindle.
I'm sure they got an API.
It's all one API, really. It's all coming from the same source.
So just build a new app and merge all your ebooks and audiobooks.
That's what they should do if they weren't turning and burning engineers like it was like dollars. Yep. It's rough work for Amazon.
What is like the majority way of people learn?
Majority, I mean, obviously schooling is probably the most like mainstream way to do it, but like other things, a lot of self-learning, like especially just scouring the internet has really risen in popularity. The self-taught learner.
I think it depends on what you're trying to learn.
Well, I mean, like more like a visual learner, audio learner, or like
so there's visual, there's audio, and there's like global learners that can do everything. But I don't know if there's I don't know. No, it's just like how they, process data, right? And input. Right. They could just do it from any sense, where some people are just stronger with looking at something or listening, or you need both, right? To put things into context. Like when you're watching a podcast, how sometimes like it's better to watch it and listen than just listen.
Right.
That's what I was getting at, right? With the Kindle and the audio. How do you, because like for me personally, like I can read a book, but for me to like fully comprehend that book, I got to read that book at least 1 million times. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's just you process it differently when you're reading it.
Yeah. I'm more, even like, I would say I'm more of a visual learning type of guy, but also I have to hear it as well. Mm-hmm. If I hear it and see it, but if I just read it, it's not gonna comprehend.
I get it. Like For me, it really depends on what I'm learning. Like, let's say, like if I'm learning a new technology to code up, just an Audible is probably the worst way to do it.
Yeah, you got to type it out.
Yeah,
you got to actively like engage. Like for me, if I'm trying to learn a subject, I like to listen to things. But when I'm learning like a language, I got to read it. Right. I got to see it.
Like I would go like visual, then book, then like audiobook for that one. But like if I'm learning I didn't
realize how much of a visual learner I was until I got to language school.
Really?
That's when I learned. I was like, holy shit! Like I'm a really visual learner. Like when I would speak, I would have to like picture the words in my mind.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Like that's how visual I was, and I didn't even realize it.
Yeah. I agree. Like even like if I see it in my mind, I can, like even doing. If I see it in my mind, I'm like, oh,
yeah,
take work. But when people try to talk to me or try to tell me or explain it to me, like even for me with directions, when people give me directions, I don't even use street names. I'm like, oh yeah, it's next to that McDonald's over there. They'll be like, oh, what street? I'll be like, I don't know.
You're like Dwight Schrute, dude.
I always point out, I do street names.
Well, yeah.
I think it depends on where you are.
Yeah. Like in the city, it's very easy because, city planning is in a grid fashion. So if you do the corner of something, then you can generally get where you're going.
I'll be like, yeah, it's next to that Walgreens on the corner.
It's next to the Walgreens.
Yeah, but how do you get to that Walgreens? That's the question.
Yeah. It's on the corner.
It's on the corner.
So
which corner?
Just drive until you see a Walgreens.
Yeah. It's on the left. Left.
Hold on. Yeah, left. Yeah. All right, Chris, did you have any ideas?
So I was trying to go through, I went down some rabbit holes trying to find products. One, I was like, okay, what do people want? I was like, they want cheap shit. So I started looking at Alibaba, AliExpress.
Right.
And that stuff, but the thing is, it's not even that cheap.
It's not.
You know what I mean? Like by the time you got to buy it in bulk. So then I was like, okay, what about Made in America? I found a couple sites that did only sold stuff made in America, a lot more expensive, but they don't let you peek. You know what I mean? You got to sign up for an account.
Oh, I hate
even like look at it. We're like, you could go on Alibaba and just browse.
Yeah.
And just find. They had some really interesting like health and fitness, like weights and weight sets and stuff. And then you could get them branded, which was pretty cool. And you could kind of like, they weren't that expensive, even with the shipping. It was kind of weird.
But I was listening and they said like if you do it through like Alibaba or AliExpress, the wait time, because people nowadays can get it close to the same price as Amazon and get it the next day.
Yeah, but where are they getting it at?
But if you're right.
Like they have, I mean, I know Alibaba has warehouse. I think they even have like you can pick where it's like stored.
Okay.
But or maybe you know what? Like maybe you should focus on like a European market or something like that. Like you don't have to focus on the American market.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I was definitely digging around, but I'm kind of more interested too in like the app, right? Like selling an app.
Yeah, that's what I want to do.
Like a service. You know?
Yeah. Like it just like I want a good, strong SaaS that I could sell off. That I can.
Yeah, exactly.
I can get a base from it, make sure it's helpful, get a big enough clientele, and then sell it to Google. Exit strategy.
But getting the clientele, I feel like it's going to be the most difficult part.
It is.
Everybody is trying to get a clientele. Everybody's trying to get following.
It is. Yes, but the good thing about like a SaaS is like people overload on SaaSes. Like, like let's say you want like weights. Well, you get weights and you're done. SaaS you can build over time. Like think of streaming services. Oh, you got Netflix, but you got HBO Max too. You got Disney Plus. Like it's not a one and done shop.
Well, explain SaaS to me. What is that? What do you mean by that?
SaaS means software as a service. So basically, like you basically pay monthly for service. So you can say like, oh, like Netflix is kind of like a SaaS, you know? You pay monthly to get an assortment of movies, something like that.
Microsoft Office,
yeah,
right,
that's
is
a
like
SaaS.
Is a SaaS. Remember how like before you had to order it, and get the CDs and like install it, and now it's just you just pay a monthly subscription, and you can just use it. You can download it. You can just use the web app, right? It's a service, but it's a software.
Okay.
Yeah. There's all kinds of like these weird like AASs. There's like infrastructure as service, and
there's finance as a service. There's a lot, dude. But SaaS is definitely the most like umbrella of
a service.
Okay, so what? Like, all right, let's just play with this idea. What we would have to think of a problem that we can solve through that service, right?
Yes, that's what I think. It's solving.
No. You need to find a problem people didn't know they had.
Oh, sell me this pen.
And then, and you know, so we need to create an issue that only we can solve.
Yeah.
Lex Luthor, baby.
That's it's like half of, you know, politicians just make up a problem and be like, I can solve it.
Like, I didn't know I needed streaming movies.
Right.
You know, immediately at my fingertips until Netflix was like, "You need this."
Yeah,
and I was like, "No, you're right. No, I really do." I didn't know I needed Tiger King until he was right in front of me.
No, that's what you do, right? You have the solution, and then you got to come up with the problem to get to that solution, right?
Right.
So you have that idea, and then you sell people that problem, and be like, "Oh, this is why you need this, because this is going on."
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then you can have a Shopify app and you can just, you know, sell branding. Like, here you go. Here's your complimentary or whatever. Like for $5, you can have a shirt that's just like funny shit right here. I use this service. Whatever. Expansion.
So do you think that is the best way to go? Is for the SaaS?
I think so too. Especially if you do something, let's say like another example is like, you know, if you have a fitness related thing, you could sell branded weights like Chris was just talking about with it.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, but that's not a SaaS though. That's not.
Yeah,
it's expanding.
Well, no. He's saying you would develop the software or the app, and then you would like branch into merchandising, right?
Mm-hmm.
And like selling your brand at that point.
Mm.
You know.
So would you give the app, like, would the service, like the app service, will it be free? Because I think like how most of these giant apps,
you can have a free tier. So you can have a free tier. Free tiers are always popular. You just got to make sure to put like a lot of the best features under a paywall, or at least give them a little taste, and then, you know, so they would actually want it, you know?
Yeah. Like they could use it like 2 or 3 times a month.
Yeah.
Like whatever feature, you know what I mean? You limit it. And they're like, fuck, man, I really need this.
Yep.
5 times a month.
True.
And you're like, for 99 cents a month, you could totally,
you get more. You need it more?
This. Yeah.
$10 a month.
Yeah. Honestly, I think keeping it at like those really low amounts is so enticing because people are like, oh, what's 99 cents?
Yeah.
It's $2.
And chances are, even if they stop using it, they might forget about it.
Yeah. But once you get over $10, it's like, I'm not.
That's a lot.
It's something to, yeah.
Yeah, you're right. You're like $5? Yeah, I'll do that. Or like $3, $3 a day or something.
No, not a day. It's a day. What?
Not a day, but like what you want is like you want incrementals, because everyone there's something called a whale, and you always want to catch that. So you want the cheap ones that you know the majority are going to have, but you also want to have the little bit of expensive option when there's like, you know, a whale, which is someone who just throws money at something. You know, someone who really makes bank. That's your high ticket customer, basically.
Yeah.
But you want to give him an option too.
But you also want to make it seem worth it. So, like, you know who did it the best originally? I think was like Kickstarter, right? Where you could do the different tiers.
Yeah.
And as you got, you know, you paid more, like before Patreon and all those guys, like Kickstarter, you know, you'd get a great deal. Like if you donated $10,000, you would get, they'd fly you places and shit. And you get like a one-on-one meeting with the creator and things like that. Where it didn't really like cost them a lot of money, but it seemed scarce and elite.
Yeah, you want something. People like things that nobody else can really get, and especially if you give them like, I don't know, like one of the exclusive 5 art books of this game, like you're kickstarting.
Yep.
People will want that, because they can either they really want it or they think it's going to be worth something one day.
Yeah, or like give them an NFT.
Yeah, or the Trump sneakers, man. There's only a limit of the gold ones.
Then people figure out that NFTs.
I mean, people figured out NFTs 2 years ago.
I will say they're still floating around out there, though.
I mean, they got to find someone to hold the bag for them.
It's so bad. What a scam. What a fucking scam.
Like, it was the most obvious scam the first day. It was so dumb immediately.
Let me ask AI, what is a service that people need that they don't know they need?
I don't think AI knows that.
AI knows everything, bro.
Hold on. I got Chat GPT 4, baby. Oh, man, I can't do that. What is
Chat it up.
Chat GPT.
You gotta, when you talk to the chat, you have to be nice. You gotta be like, oh, hi, how are you today?
Oh, my God. What about, you want to talk about real quick AI? What about Gemini from Google?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, what a really flop. Pissed off at that one.
Because it can change the history. It's gonna change the history.
It's not changing history, it's kind of just washing history.
Diversifying. Really. Yeah, diversifying history. What are you talking about?
Like, I get it.
It was wild, dude.
Like, AI has that initial bias because, like, if you look at like artworks, like original pieces that people really like, it's generally Caucasian based. And so they overcorrected. And now it's just nothing but minorities. It's very interesting to watch. And it's very interesting to go on Twitter and then seeing like more of the right-leaning people completely obliterating themselves over it. It's truly interesting.
Oh, they're freaking out, dude.
This is like their Holocaust for some reason. It's wild, dude.
Well, no, I think it's kind of a self-fulfilling prophecy a little bit. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
They've been saying it over and over again for so long. And you've kind of seen like these kind of like big companies kind of drifting in that direction.
Mm-hmm.
And I think they just kind of botched it. And they're like, oh,
they botched it completely. It was definitely like an overcorrection.
But will they change it?
Oh yeah.
They took it down. They already started like kind of fixing it.
This is not the first time AI has failed humanity in a way. This wasn't even Google released a chatbot that you could the internet could program, right? I want to say 5 years ago, and people just filled it with information from 4chan, and so it was nasty.
Oh no! That was the Microsoft one.
Was that Microsoft that started being?
Yeah, and it became like
a Nazi.
Yeah. Like within a day, it was a Twitter bot. Remember, it was like on Twitter,
right?
And it just went to shit real quick.
It was
amazing,
bad, dude.
It became like an anti-Semitic fascist within like 24 hours.
Oh my god!
Because the internet is amazing,
ruthless,
undefeated
for sure.
So companies are very sensitive right now, and they are overcorrecting with varied results, various results. I mean, even the anti-woke AI that Elon made, Grok, was very, very woke when it was released, and people were pissed. But that's just how.
Yeah, they were expecting the opposite when it was just kind of
the same,
benign.
Yeah,
really.
Because immediately people were just like, what is a woman? And of course the AI was just like, anyone who identifies with it, and people were just like, it's woke, Elon, it's woke. Elon, burn it down, we failed, Elon.
That's so crazy. Why do they call it woke? I don't like that.
It's a catch-all term for anything you don't like, basically. It doesn't really have a meaning anymore.
It started out because it started out about not being blind to injustices.
Yeah, it was like a black term back in decades ago.
Well, it was in the 60s.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
And then it kind of got revived in I would say the mid 2000s, like the 10s.
I would say like
And then
around Ferguson. Then it
it really took off then, yeah. But it was like kind of in the zeitgeist a little bit right before that.
Mm-hmm.
But that's what it is. But that's how it started.
Yeah, and now it's been like it's pretty much hijacked to like describe anything left leaning. Pretty much just anything.
Yeah.
Like you remember like I'm not PC. It's the same thing. It's the same saying.
Okay. The bot was called Tay. That was the Microsoft bot that was hijacked in 2016.
It was 2016?
Yeah.
Dude, it was so funny, dude. It was a nice experiment that just failed, dude. And I love it when people do these kind of experiments. Like, did you ever hear about that hitchhiker robot across the world? Like, I think someone in France made like a hitchhiking robot and just put it on the side of the road, and people would just pick up the robot, take it to places, take pictures of it like it's a hitchhiking robot. It made it all the way to Canada, went all the way down to the United States, and died in Philadelphia.
How did it make it across the ocean?
People just flew it.
Airplanes.
People would just take it with them as they were going, and then it went to Philadelphia.
What do you mean, how did it get across the ocean?
It floated.
You just gotta.
It relied.
I should have just wait a beat and then ask the question.
It relied on the kindness of strangers, and then it went to the city of brotherly love, and it got destroyed in an alley.
It got this. It died in America.
Everything dies in Philadelphia.
No offense to anyone listening from Philadelphia. We love you.
So the one quote I found for Tay, at least on her Wikipedia, was somebody asked her, "Did the Holocaust happen?" And she said it was made up.
What?
What? Like that's. Oh my god, dude! These are amazing.
It was just like when you're doing something like that, you're kind of asking for people to say the most egregious things possible. Fill its head with the most egregious thing.
That though? People are just natural trolls.
That's what the internet pretty much is. Ever since like the mid 2000s, everyone is just trolling. And now,
oh my god, it's amazing. People are like, "Do you support genocide?" And the bot says, "I do indeed."
Oh my god! Even the bot is a troll.
That's the bot. Well, because people were feeding it information.
Yeah.
And so it was like, this is what humans do.
Yeah.
It was just an algorithm. It wasn't anything crazy.
When people affiliate, it's of course to get a laugh. It's to get the most outrageous thing possible out there and make pretty much anyone regret looking at it. Like, it's just how it is. Especially since like the mid 2010s, trolling is the name of the game. People are making careers out of it. Politicians are getting voted into Congress by virtue of just trolling.
Like a president.
Yeah, like a president.
We literally had our first troll president, dude.
Why?
And that was in 2016.
Yeah.
That's the crazy part.
It's crazy. And it's great.
I will say,
he built a fucking cult around
like he did. But before that, he was a pretty elite troll. Even before he was running for election. Donald Trump was always a troll, dude.
He was when he was on those debates, just trolling everybody. Oh my god!
Oh my god! That's because he didn't think he was gonna win.
Yeah.
So he didn't give two shits.
He did, especially when he was just like what he did to like Marco Rubio and Ted Cruz. So fucking funny. Oh my god!
I love when he trolled Hillary Clinton. I thought that was hilarious.
Oh my god!
The whole like prison thing.
Yeah.
I mean, it's amazing what you do when you know that like this is just a throwaway gag. And next thing I still stick with it too that he did not expect to win at all. And as soon as he was just like, dude, you're the president now, he's probably just like, what the fuck?
Bro, dude, I just remember when he was sitting there with Obama as the president elect, and you could just the look on his face was like, what the fuck did I get myself into? It was like after his like first briefing, you could just see him like, fuck.
And it's so funny because Obama looks like the same thing because he's like, man, since like 2008, this man hasn't stopped tweeting about me, and next thing you know, he's my replacement.
Yeah, exactly.
That's terrible.
Obama was probably like, Obama didn't care at that time. He was probably burnt out. He's
Oh no,
I mean, he was ready. He was ready as fuck.
He was ready to go, but he cared. Don't. He wouldn't be on those other campaign trails if he didn't care.
Yeah, I mean, Trump had been saying, he's like, oh, you weren't born in America for like, you're not an American for years, So
yeah, I know,
dude.
People like, give me the birth certificate,
dude. There's a lot of people that still believe he was still born in Kenya. He's an undercover Muslim. His real name is Barry Soetoro or something, and his wife Michelle Obama is secretly a man. Like Big Mike, like wild.
The Big Mike ones are pretty wild, and that their daughters are like on loan from this other couple or something like that that they're friends with.
They were just like, I haven't seen a picture of Michelle pregnant. Why? Yeah. Why?
Because girls, when they're pregnant, don't like to even look at them.
Well, also when she was pregnant, it's not like cell phones with cameras were ubiquitous. You know what I mean? Jordan's just going straight for the bottle. Look at that.
Dude, it's my last recording in this office. The studio is going to be different, dude. It's for a celebration, basically. And Jewel,
I'm going to get a fresh beer to join.
Hell yeah.
I'm going to drink my water.
Oh, that's
drink my water.
Oh, Liquid Death, your D. I love how that they designed the can for Liquid Death so you didn't look like a loser being a DD.
What's a DD?
Designated driver.
Oh.
Again, just take like 1 second. Think about it. And then
well, who says DD anymore? Like
everybody. Do you just go to the bar and drink with nobody?
Who goes to the bar?
I'm surrounded by bars.
I went to Top Golf this weekend.
Damn, Top Golf. Oh my god. Yeah, dude.
Top Golf is fun.
I got lit.
Like,
that's the only thing you can do.
We closed it down. We left when they were like, "You guys got to leave. We're closing."
You're like, "It's that time already."
Did you fight them?
We no. Well, like no, not really. I did have tequila, so
so you were ready to fight.
No, oh yeah, but dude, after that first shot, I was like, "All right, we get in a fight or what?" Like,
yeah.
No, I ended up playing cornhole with like this giant Mexican family. It was awesome. We had a great time. We had to teach them how to play cornhole.
Fuck yeah, cornhole.
Were they good?
No, I was the best. I crushed them.
You know what I hate? In Illinois, they don't call it cornhole. They call it bags, and I feel so dirty when I say it.
Yeah.
It's stupid. I don't understand it, dude. I don't understand the people here. Okay. Circling back.
It doesn't make any sense.
Apps. Because I really want to build an app. When I walked into this episode today, I'm just like, I want to talk about apps. I want to start building one. I want to have at least a framework of what I want by the time I set up my new office. Because
I'm sure you already have an idea of what you want to do.
Well, I wanted to do that home idea you had because it seemed like it was very viable when you were talking about it. I wouldn't mind doing that runner app, to be honest, too.
Oh yeah. See, I got all kinds of ideas.
That's cool. I'm a builder, not really an idea man. I can make ideas.
Well, which one do you think would be easier?
The running app.
At the moment, the running app would be easy. So
I could say like the short term to have something, out there trying to generate revenue, but the long term can be the home thing.
Okay. Yeah, the other one needs a little bit of infrastructure in the back end for sure.
Yeah, that one much more time consuming. And not to mention the just to get the legality of everything set up.
Yeah, but we can start building prototypes and start, tossing around ideas and functionality.
Exactly. I'm so down. And the way the economy has been lately, I want more side hustles to be for real. I mean, I don't want to retire when I'm 95, yo. I'm sure S feels the same way.
I don't think there is any more retirement.
Says you, dude. I got 10 years left and I'm done.
I got ambitions.
I'm calling it a day.
I got ambitions.
Yeah, I mean, like you'll retire, but then you'll probably move on to something.
I mean, if I want
to work
money.
Yeah. I don't want to have to work because I have to.
Yeah.
Right.
I just want to be able to do what I want to do.
Yeah. I'm gonna walk into that country club and be like, that's the dude who built all that stuff. And I'd just be like, it was all on a good day, just still
my brain. Still wearing a flannel and a beanie.
Dude, I'll wear worse shit than that. I will wear worse shit than that. I was straight up dressed like a hippie like I did in college. So people will just have no idea. They'd be like, who'd this homeless man walk in? And then be like, damn, he's richer than all of us.
Yeah, you should go opposite, dude. I think you should go through a cowboy phase. Cowboy hat, cowboy boots.
Dude, I want to.
I'm going to, God. It was like when all those like LA conservatives moved to Tennessee and they're all like with their cowboy boots and hats. I just can't take them serious. That's how I'm going to look.
Just get a Stetson, dude.
Look like a rancher.
Just a rancher. Just like adopt everything. I'd be like, hey, y'all, bless your heart.
Bless your heart.
Bless your heart, youngin'. Oh my God. Just out there with my 9-iron. Just like, okay, I'm gonna whack this in that steak hole over there, boys.
All right. Anyways, we got to get back to your app.
Yes.
So really what you need to do though is you got to get a timetable. That's probably step one.
Yeah.
You got to start setting some milestones.
Yeah, setting some milestones to get. I would like to get it plotted out so I can actually calculate a good time for an MVP because I would want it at least before 6 months. Usually an MVP has a good static release for like 6 months, but I would like at least maybe 4 if I can get a good foundation ready. Because there's one thing I have stashed in this computer that we're actually using right now to record is a lot of foundation.
Really?
I have a lot of code, reusable code, so much. It's ridiculous.
So the whole idea of the app, right, is to you like when somebody's running and then you just send them a text message and then your earphone or whatever says it out loud or into their ear or whatever.
The good thing about where I am right now, Chicago has about like marathons bi-monthly. So I could probably cultivate a clientele there, or at least when I'm running, I could have an advertisement for it, you know?
And you should do like a donate button too, you know, because some people run for causes.
I think that's a good idea.
No, I thought about that too. So it was my original idea was like just words of encouragement, right? Like it just dings and somebody does a voice recording or whatever. But then what if people are like, you know, kind of betting on you?
Ooh.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, hey, I bet you can't run that next $10 if you can run that next mile in less than like 8 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I like
something
that.
like that.
Let me get ball.
But I think I think the like a donation kind of thing.
Yeah, I think that donation is a good idea.
You know,
I think that's a totally good idea. If
you
can like
raise money.
Yeah, because like when you're running for a cause, they usually give you a link for a donation anyway. So you can like hook that in on your profile or something and have that like hooked into the a button or something. So like when you write in that word of encouragement, you can also have the donate button next to it. You can send directly to the cause, but it also sends an alert, you know?
Yeah, exactly. And it's motivation at the end of the day.
Yeah.
You know,
you're getting that instant alert that, you know, there's people out there relying on you right now.
So this thought just popped into my head too. So would it also be possible to create almost like a Twitter bot that randomly pulls people using the app who are running for a cause and people can donate, right? And it just like create the hashtag, right? And it just like randomly pulls a user and tries to generate donations or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I totally get what you mean.
What is going on over there?
Yeah, I have no idea. Who? S, are you making sounds over there?
Oh no, my bad. Okay. My phone off.
So, going back to
you see what I'm saying though?
Yeah, I see what you're saying. I am not sure if we can do that. I have to double check because I know the API is no longer free. It's actually very expensive now to use the Twitter API.
Oh, for Twitter. Yeah. Well, it doesn't have to be Twitter, right? But I mean, Twitter would be or you could create like a Discord channel.
A Discord would be good. I feel like Reddit would eat it up more than like Twitter.
Yeah, like a Reddit bot or something. Yeah, it's more of like whoever's following it, like, 20 times a day, it's going to post random people running for a cause,
right?
Or whatever. You know,
I think this is viable. I really do. Like both these ideas, viable. I like it. I like them a lot, actually.
And that's in the SAS, right?
It's a SaaS, yeah. That would be a SaaS.
All right, cool. Or SaaS. I just looked it up.
And there's potential to expand from there. From like, it's easy for. I mean, it's an easy thing to promote. Obviously, you can expand if you want to do like your Shopify things. Obviously, merge from like training regalia or anything like that to even like fitness clothing. You could do that.
Yeah.
And you could even expand it past running.
Yeah.
You could do it for like sports teams, whatever. Like,
imagine being in the Olympics,
especially using the app or something, or like you can hijack the microphone in the quarterback's ear's or something, and be like, hey,
not even
you better score this drive.
I feel like that would be pretty bad, dude. Funny coach would be like, okay, we're gonna run this. Hey man, I just want you to, especially if it's like a troll or something.
Yeah.
You know what though? If you get some kind of deal with like some kind of amateur league, 4 times a game, somebody gets to call a play via the app or something crazy.
My idea is more like if you wanted to integrate it with like a major league sport. Let's say like, I don't know, what's his face? Fucking Mahomes throws a great pass, whatever calls he gets gets like viable donations, You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like almost like
I
it could be like a spotlight, right? Like anytime Mahomes throws a touchdown, whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I feel like I need this service immediately.
Yeah, are you trolling? Because we were just talking about that. Are you serious?
No, I'm dead. No, I'm dead.
Yeah, but it needs to start as like it's got to be motivational in some capacity.
Yeah, that's what you got to start off with, and we can expand later.
It's hard running. Like, I mean,
yeah, running sucks, and you know what too? It could even running's the hardest for sure, but then it could be motivating, like or like maybe if weight loss challenges or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I thought you lost. I seen you lost 2 pounds in a week. Keep it going.
Can you imagine? It was just like,
moving.
Can you imagine? It's just like, this is my allotted time where I'm supposed to go to the gym, and you just get a flurry of people going like, get your ass to the gym. Yeah.
Hey man, that shit works.
It would work. It would work.
I mean, some people might abuse it and be like, get your fat ass to the gym.
I would say, a good feature was like, it doesn't have to be, your link to that obviously would be private. You can be private or you can make it public,
Yeah.
That would mitigate the trolling.
I think a public. Yeah, for sure. If you make it public, I think also if you get the right fan base or like user base, they're going to use it for the right reasons. Right. And then the private ones are going to be just shitholes. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
Like you have to, like
fun. It'd be in jest.
Right. Like obviously there'll be like trolling protections. Like if you send your private link out to somebody, you have to accept them as part of your network or something like that.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah.
So so if someone calls you a fat ass, it could be, at least the guy.
It's crazy. The crazy part is just like, once you release it, then you will know really what more it can do,
Oh, totally.
Right.
Probably only scraping the surface of that.
You'll probably get like requests for features.
Right. Yeah. Like the community will help you definitely get more ideas for features. Because if it gets a good base clientele, obviously the base is not going to be enough. And then you can have also incrementals. Like we could paywall like exactly how many messages you can send a day,
Dude, oh my God, I just thought of another for the app, right? If you could sponsor something, it's like, how they do those dumb, races or whatever at like a football game or a baseball game.
Yeah.
If you get like 4 people from the stands. Yeah. And it's like, and it's so-and-so's running. And then like everybody can like click a link and donate to their cause while they're running the race or whatever.
Right.
Or everybody just donates to a pool and then whoever wins, it goes to their charity, right? But you do it all through the app.
I think that's a good feature.
That's definitely a good app. How long do you think? How do you even develop an app? How do you even make an app?
Well, first off, it's the planning process is usually the most arduous task, I like to think. Because as soon as you have a good foundation, you have a good roadmap of what you want, then it gets a little easier. Obviously, there's like, you have to mitigate like and reevaluate some things, as you're building it. But it really comes down to what you need and what technology is right for it. Like for me, I think this will probably have to be I'd like to use as less languages as possible. So I'd probably I don't know. I think this is definitely an app, like a phone app. I wouldn't say like I wouldn't make like a website or anything besides advertising it, So it would be a web app. So I would probably use something like either React Native. It depends on the speed, but I would prefer speed for this because you want to get those messages out fast. So I would pick something like Flutter, which is a really good technology for building that. I would want a good cloud API, so we don't have to worry about security. We don't have to worry about it going down and us having to deal with it because we're going to need that up. And for that resiliency, I would say like probably AWS is probably the best way to go for it. But besides that, the back end is definitely the hardest part. The front end, the back end is going to be a huge web basically, but the front end is going to be pretty small. So I would say Flutter and AWS, and we're good to go.
All right, but what about the back end? What do you mean by the back end?
The back end would be AWS.
What is AWS?
AWS is Amazon Web Services. So Amazon has a big encompassing technology called AWS, in which case inside AWS, you can have different things like something called a Lambda, serverless, step functions. And I love step functions from AWS. Or they have databases which you can put all your data in. Lambdas are basically like serverless functions. You can write a function and it's its own encompassing function. And what that function does is one thing and one thing well. And let's say you log into the app, right? That's your front end. That's Flutter. So you log in and you want to send a message. So in Flutter on your front end, you have a text box and you send it to who you want. From that message, it goes to AWS, the back end, and it would probably go to the Lambda function, and that function is going to determine who it goes to. So it determines who it goes to another function. Oh, I would say it goes to like a step function. Sorry, this is confusing, but it will probably load it into the database, and from the database, the event bridge would probably pick it up. It's like, oh, we have a new message on the database, and then send it to the right user via another Lambda. So that's my roadmap so far for it. I obviously need to think about it more.
All right. So when they send a message, right, the text message should be what, like 100 characters or less?
To be determined.
You don't want people to give. You don't want people to send you a paragraph.
Well, yeah, it would be like a tweet, basically.
Like a tweet, and then like
I think
do a voice message for like 5 seconds or 10 seconds.
Yeah. I mean, I think you want a voice functionality or at least text to speech.
Yeah.
Like if you're running, I don't think you're reading it. I think it's being
right,
through your headphones. So.
Right.
Yeah.
So you'll get like from the front end, you'll get like push alerts, and you can have it like manual or automatic, and it reads out text to speech.
So how long do you think it would take to construct this app?
From the base MVP to just be able to send a message and it being picked up by the appropriate user, pending auth as well, pending the text-to-speech feature, pending the private and public feature, I could give it I could say I can get it done between 4 months.
And that would be like
maybe
an hour a day?
Less. It depends on security.
And that's another thing, right? Cybersecurity.
And that's only having a free tier up.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, when there's a paid tier, there's a whole lot more of a mess about it because you're handling other people's money at that point. So there's a lot more that goes into it.
A lot more PII and stuff that you got to deal with. But I mean, luckily, there's a lot of other services out there to kind of plug in, right? So But
could you outsource? Like, would you outsource any of it?
No, I wouldn't need to. No, probably if it starts to grow, then I'd probably be forced to, because I'm only one guy. But at the end, but like a basic, just starting off, it can be a 1-2 person job. Yeah. Totally easy. I mean, obviously, I'll have a private GitHub with all the code, and you guys can look at it. I'm not sure how much Scott could do, but Chris will probably do some damage on it.
Yeah, I mean, I'd love to. Yeah, definitely take a peek at it and kind of fuck around.
All right, so we got the app idea,
and then for the long-term one, that would be the home one. But this is like the main MVP of MVPs, just to get us started.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Have you guys ever thought about like digital marketing?
Digital marketing?
Yeah, because like that's another like people do like people make a lot of money through like digital advertisements, like advertisement agencies. Like that was another thing I was looking at, and people would do that. They would make advertisement for brands.
Oh, okay. So basically just like freelancing for other people. Right? Just having like a little bit of an agency, like, hey, come to me and I'll market your shit. I'll market your stuff. I'll make graphics for you. I can edit your videos. Basically that.
Yeah.
Okay. So like a social media manager as well could probably be counted, right?
That's exactly what I was thinking of. Yeah.
I mean, that's good.
But, I mean,
if you're good at your stuff, but what's your portfolio going to look like right now? We don't really have a portfolio. You know what I mean? When it comes to like offering your services, you need something. People are visual learners on that one.
And that should take dedication, man. I mean, that becomes like a full-time job.
Right.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah. I feel like doing like freelance like social media marketing and stuff I think it's kind of tough, man. I think there's some people have kind of cornered that market.
They're very good at it.
Yeah.
Sure.
I mean,
but that's all they do. They do it all day. I mean, they're on their phones for 12 hours a day.
Yeah, that's their job, if not as more. Well, Get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right.
But you could, I mean, or you could start offering services on like Fiverr or something like that. You know what I mean?
That's a good way to start out. I was gonna mention Fiverr on that one. So if you wanted to like test the waters, Fiverr is definitely the way to go. I wouldn't charge an arm and leg for it because again, you don't really have anything to show off, at least not right now. I don't know how many followers you got on like, let's say Instagram, if any.
No, I'm about to start it. Well, I'm about to start like the social media thing. That's why I'm about to start that, like a TikTok and Instagram and all that stuff. Because I don't really do the social media thing because it's kind of like
I would start sooner than later. Everyone, all of it's fake, dude. But it's at the end goal is getting paid, So fake it until you make it.
Right.
So there's always a light at the end of the tunnel on that one. All right, that's all the time we have left. This is
hold on, wait, wait, we only done for like 10 minutes.
Dude, we're at an hour.
Oh. Maybe it's because your connections only lasted for 10 minutes.
Whoa, dude. Whoa, Xfinity.
Dude, it's terrible.
Have you guys has anything else happened in the past like week?
The only thing that's been happening to me this past week is A, I've been moving, and B, I've been playing that Helldivers game like nonstop.
Yeah.
Game is lit. It is, I cannot rave about it enough, dude. It is lit. It is scary. I've had to airstrike my position way too many times to save my comrades. It's been bad. The game is hard. But I've been mowing it down for democracy, of course, and liberty.
I haven't done shit, dude. I went to Topgolf, did a 7-mile hike.
7-mile hike's pretty not bad.
Yeah, it's not bad.
It was pretty good, man. It was cool. We like hiked to these so in Arizona, because there's mountains with snow, and at this time of the year, because it's starting to get warm, the snow's melting, so it creates these like waterfalls like in the canyons.
Oh wow.
that we hiked up to. It's called like Seven Falls or whatever. It was pretty dope.
That sounds dope.
Yeah, I want to be outside.
Nothing scenic here but towers.
Yeah. It was 3.5 miles in and then 3.5 miles back out. And then we went to Top Golf. And
I've also been writing more about my book lately. I think I'm actually going to get my first book out and within a few months. I'm actually pretty excited for it.
I've been noodling with a couple ideas on writing something.
Oh yeah.
Also something I thought about. So this is actually something when you were talking about wanting to do an app or something.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, man, like I was kind of researching. I was like, is there like a space where you could create ideas and like save, like if you're writing a book, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you want to like create like a library of characters or places and then like kind of plug them into your books.
Yeah.
But then if you had it, and I was thinking about like an interactive ebook, right? Where like you could see their name and click on it and then like a bio of that character would pop up.
Oh, wow.
That is pretty cool. I don't think I've seen that one before. It might be around, but I haven't seen it.
Wouldn't that be dope?
Yeah, because sometimes, when you're getting into the book, sometimes you forget the backstory, especially if it's a character you haven't seen for a few chapters,
Yeah. Like so you could click on that or a place name, and if there's like a background, it could just like almost like be interactive.
Yeah.
In that capacity.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that'd be pretty cool.
I don't know. It was I thought that'd be a cool kind of idea.
It is. Like when it comes to like
it would take a lot of work.
Yeah, it would. But like with like the books I've been writing, like the whole like backstory timeline of like the world and everything, I've reached about 300 pages on them, and that's just exposition.
Yeah.
Like everything's detailed. I can't even keep it like straight, to be honest.
Yeah.
But if if there was an app that could keep it straight,
that would be nice. I just keep everything on a Microsoft Word document.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, what if like you could create like tabs and you could link things together in the background and like kind of like almost create a storyboard and detail and all your exposition and then build the story and then have it interactive. So when you're scrolling through, like, who's this guy? And you want to know, and you just like click the hyperlink or this place name, And like I've been reading Lord of the Rings again.
Yeah.
God, that would be nice.
Yeah.
If I could click on like, oh fuck, Minas Tirith, what's that? And I get a whole history, or like the Silmarils and stuff, because he just drops words in there.
Yeah.
And you just kind of got to pick it up from context.
Yeah, and the Silmarillion, God, you kind of need that for that book because it's just wild. It's just like, oh, why is Feanor so pissed off at everybody? Oh, you're right. It's because the Silmarillions were stolen.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, what if you could recreate some of these more fantasy genres and like create these like interactive books where you could click and have all that information in one ebook, or like Harry Potter, you know what I mean? Like things like that.
Yeah, like when
where there's a lot of backstory, and it just builds over time.
I think that's actually pretty cool.
Right? I think that'd be a cool platform.
It'll definitely help out, especially with the attention spans of today's world. People forget things all the time now.
People forget shit, and and then you could eventually embed videos or something, like I don't know, like whatever. But it just makes it more like, okay, there's backstory here. I don't know.
I think it's all right.
So it was an idea I had because I was thinking, I was like, man, how do I like put this shit together to where it's easily accessible for me and get my ideas down, but then also make it like useful.
No, I get it. Like when it comes to my books, I have a very rigid lore that I've been developing since I still lived in Westminster. The lore is very expansive, and sometimes when I'm writing it, I'm just like, I know I detailed what I can and can't do when I bring this subject up, and having to scroll through 300 pages just to find it is such a bitch. And if I could just hyperlink, it would be so nice. It'd be so much easier.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Stuff out there. It's tough out there to write a fantasy world, apparently.
I got so many ideas.
All right.
I gotta.
My bad. I'm sorry. I was gonna say something. My bad.
Come on, dude.
Yeah, but you took a beat. So
yeah, you did. What were you gonna input?
I was gonna say, so what should we work on for next week? Like homework or something.
I want to start. I'm probably going to start on that fitness app. At least start on like a little bit of foundation. At least get the GitHub page up. Something. But right now,
Scott, you ever been on GitHub? Do you even know what GitHub is?
No, I never heard of it.
All right, no worries. Anyways, yeah, that's fine.
All right, that's all the time we have left. Thank you so much for listening to Backside. This is Jay signing off.
This is S.
And of course,
and C Money.
Thanks for watching, folks.